So today we are going to do a Paige's Words video about the word epitome. Bear with me here. So before we get started with that, I would like to explain why I look like a hippie, because I very obviously am doing a boho chic attire today. So I just wanted to explain it. I found these hippie pants in my closet and I really love them and I wanted to wear them. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna wear my hippie pants today. And I have this headband that has these little feathers on it and I have never gotten to wear it. And so I was like, hippie pants plus hippie headband, it's perfect. Let's just wear that today. So that's what I wore. And I freaking love it. It looks awesome. And it's probably my favorite outfit ever that I've ever made. But now that we've gotten that covered, let's get down to the Paige's Words topic. So today's words is epitome, or more often known as epitome. And the reason why we are doing a Paige's Words about the word epitome is because my friend, and I'm not gonna say his name, so his name in this story is going to be Derek. I like that name. Derek came up to me and was telling me this story, and it's this really long, drawn out story about this girl that Derek likes. We're gonna call Derek's girlfriend Jessie. Okay, so Derek and Jessie are together, right? Jessie's ex is obsessive with her and he just won't leave it alone. He is always up her butt and texting her and calling her even though she's totally done with him. He's always trying to find her and trying to prove that he still loves her or whatever. He just like won't leave it alone. So one day Jessie went to school. Jessie was in class and she came back outside after she had been in class all day and her car was covered in flower petals. Jessie's ex had found flower petals, bought flower petals, brought them to her car, which he had to find, mind you. He must have like stalked her so hardcore that he literally figured out what time she was in class and searched the whole parking lot for this girl's car, okay? So this guy is like obviously freaking crazy. So this guy finds her car, covers it in flower petals, and he writes a note to her, and it says, and this is Derek's words, not mine. This is what Derek tells me at the end of the story. So then the guy wrote a note on her car and it said, to Jessie, you are the epitome of beauty and perfection. And I was like, Derek, no, epitome is not a word. Do you mean epitome? And he's like, no, epitome. And I'm like, epitome. He's like, no, epitome. And I'm like, Derek, epitome is not a word. Epitome is spelled exactly the same as the word epitome that you were saying over and over again. That's how you spell epitome. It's spelled the same. And he's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, that's really how you spell epitome. And he's like, oh my god, that's so much more boring now. What the hell? Everybody knows the word epitome. That's not cool at all. I can't believe that he said epitome. Who cares? That's not even a word that's like hard to know or hard to find. And I'm like, yeah, epitome is just like a normal everyday word. And he's like, but it was so much more insane that he came up with the word epitome and now we just use the word epitome, and I'm just like bored with this now. And I was like, yeah, you should be. Because he didn't do anything extraordinary or exceptional, okay? So don't be so mesmerized by this guy. And he's like, yeah, I'm not anymore. And so that's basically why I decided that epitome was a good word to use on my Paige's Words. And so I had to tell you guys about this story. So epitome is just a word that means the perfect example. And that's the most generic, watered down version of what you can say. The actual definition, which I will read to you guys. So the actual definition is a person or thing that is typical of or possesses to a high degree the features of a whole class. So the watered down version of what that means is just the perfect example. It also means a condensed account. So again, just a perfect example. And the funny thing about this story is that like everyone really knows what epitome is. They can use it in a sentence without knowing the exact definition, but a lot of people just don't really know that epitome is spelled like epitome. I don't think most people, if they saw epitome written down, they would know that that was epitome. They would probably think, just like Derek did, that epitome was actually pronounced epitome, and they would look it up and they would probably still assume, just like Derek did, because Derek looked it up and assumed that he was pronouncing it right. He didn't pay attention to how it was pronounced, just because most people don't read a word and then immediately assume, hey, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, whenever it's something that looks that obvious, you know? So I just thought that since that's obviously not common knowledge for people to know that epitome is actually spelled like epitome, I just figured I would tell you guys and let you guys in on my little secret that I had. So if you guys see the word epitome written down, just remember, Paige taught you that epitome is actually just the word epitome, and therefore you will be more knowledgeable and you will look and sound smarter when you know that and everyone around you doesn't. So you're welcome. So that is the end of today's Paige's Words. I hope I taught you something. Remember, EPITOME spells epitome. Thank you guys for watching this video, and make sure you click that like button if you like the video in any way, shape, or form. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every single week, and I totally suck at scheduling, and they're not going to be at the same time. I'm trying to do better about getting them out earlier in the week rather than later, but please don't punish me for not having a schedule. I love you guys. Bye! I chose to take this plant and transform it into this girl. So these are the pictures that I started with. I drew both of these, of course.